All right, good Thursday morning, everybody. We're making it through the work week.
We are. We're getting there slowly but surely. Okay, so, Uber drivers, a lot of times people leave things
Oh, yeah.
in the vehicle behind. I can understand
It's
that.
easy to do, right?
Okay, yeah. So Uber has released its 9th annual Lost and Found Index, and people love some pretty interesting items, it turns out. So some of the more unique ones include a mannequin head with human hair. I wouldn't have let the person in the vehicle.
No.
Like, what's that about? A Viking drinking horn, a chainsaw. Again, I would have just kept on driving as the driver. It was like, what are we doing with that? And 10 live lobsters. I mean, if I was the Uber driver, I would take the lobsters home and just eat them.
I would set them free.
Oh, that's right.
I would say, you're not being boiled today. You're free.
You're free to go. That's
Free to
right.
go.
We've had this discussion before, how you don't eat oysters. I mean,
Lobsters, right.
Okay, that's a whole nother.
That's another discussion.
Whole other topic. Okay. All right, now the top 3 most common items were phones, wallets, and keys. In that order. That makes sense.
That makes sense,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, but listen to the amount of phones. Okay, in total, 1.7 million iPhones and Androids were forgotten last year.
Wow. And
That's
that's
a
a
lot.
terrible feeling, realizing I've lost my phone, and you have no way to contact the Uber driver at that point.
Yeah, you're right. No, exactly. That's a very good point.
So,
but that's a lot of cell phones. Okay, and now to the top luxury items. They include a gold Rolex watch. That would be a
that'd be a loss.
That would be a loss. And then Air Jordans worth $1,800.
Wow.
Another. I feel like if I had something expensive that I was taking with me, it would be like Kung Fu grip.
Oh, yeah.
Until I got out of the vehicle.
I would keep an eye on that.
I wouldn't just like, oh, let me throw it on the side here next to me. And no, I would be very careful.
I would be keeping an eye on my chainsaw, my lobsters, anything in the vehicle.
Mannequin head, I mean,
But it's always a good idea whenever you leave one of the, like a taxi or an Uber, just double check, make sure you didn't leave anything behind.
That's
because
true.
It's so easy to just forget.
Oh yeah, and we're so busy anyway.
We're so busy, and
yeah, you want to double check for sure. So, but interesting things. So.
Yeah, interesting. And I wonder what these Uber drivers did with these lobsters and
I know. You wonder, do they try to return them? Do they just keep them? I guess they must return them because there's, Uber is tracking, like they're getting that information.
Yeah.
From so who knows?
Who knows? All right. Thank you, Jennifer. Let's take a look at our local headlines this morning. The back and forth on tariff policy has thrown small businesses into a state of uncertainty. Bill Crutchfield says his Charlottesville company relies on 250 different manufacturers, many in China. He says if the tariffs on China do remain in place, it could impact his prices. For now, his business is actually seeing a boost in sales as people plan ahead for future inflation. A stabbing lands a Charlottesville woman in custody. 57-year-old Joyce Ann Smith is charged with malicious wounding and assault. Police say the victim was a 64-year-old man. He was found suffering on a sidewalk along Carlton Avenue shortly after 9 o'clock on Tuesday night. He was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Police believe the stabbing was the result of a domestic dispute that started in a nearby apartment. Speed cameras are expected to start operating in some Charlottesville school zones. And they've been delayed, though. City Police told 29 News last week that the cameras would be up April 7th. But city leaders now say the devices will not be finished for another 2 to 3 weeks. Charlottesville's traffic engineer told us the delay was due to permitting issues that have since been resolved. The new goal is for the cameras to be up by the end of April. There will be another warning period at the beginning of next school year, and then fines will start going out to those speedy drivers. And Charlottesville leaders say there are more than 2,000 electric vehicles in the city, and that number is growing rapidly. But there are fewer than 40 public charging stations for neighbors and visitors to share. That's why officials are asking for your feedback to help understand the community's charging needs. Survey results will be incorporated into the city's electric vehicle infrastructure deployment plan. You can offer input until April 28th. A link to the survey is on 29news.com. All right, we are starting out the day Not as chilly as yesterday, thankfully.
Yeah, a lot of cloudiness. All of that means we're going to get some needed rain. As we go through the day today, we've got a warm front that'll be heading our way. A few scattered showers, kind of an appetizer today, if you will, before the main event. The main meal comes into play tomorrow. 58 will be our high today. Then there'll be an area of low pressure developing across the mid-Atlantic, and that's going to bring periods of rain. Some of the rain on Friday is going to be heavy at times. 56 will be our high temperature, so still much cooler than our average high of 68. Maybe an early morning shower Saturday, and then mostly cloudy. We're talking 1 to as much as 2 inches of needed rain, and again, most of that will fall during the day Friday. We finally get back into near seasonal temperatures Sunday, mid-60s, mid-70s on Monday. Tuesday, sunny and 70, and a little cooler with sunshine on Wednesday. But very excited about getting this rain because we need it. It's been a pretty dry spring overall.
It has been so far. So these April showers are finally coming in. We'll get some rain.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, David. Let's take a look at traffic this morning. This is US 29 at Rio Road. No raindrops to fear this morning. So I hope you have a safe drive into school and work. And we'll see you again on 29 News at noon.